Jupiter.
Did you sail Jupiter?
I sold the Jupiter. I
Yeah,
sailed
that's
the
it.
Jupiter. Yeah. That's not the Jupiter.
You sail that
I
boat.
sailed the Jupiter.
You
Is that
sailed
the
that
Jupiter?
boat here.
That's the Jupiter.
That's a Jupiter.
No way.
Yeah, that's a Jupiter. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I sailed. That was my first boat I sailed.
Wait a minute. That's a Jupiter.
Yeah, I used to sail.
Come on, bang a little bit.
Oh, it's Comodoro Rasco.
Lee, you need one of those.
There he is.
Can you sing?
Yeah, I can sail.
Watch out, it's a Jupiter. Watch out, I'm gonna prove it to you.
I need to see the sail number. The sail
No,
number.
sail number no. You're gonna see the transom with the name.
Oh, okay.
The same you sold, the same you sail.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so clearly Jupiter.
Yeah. No, I recognize it. Yeah,
I guess-
recognize it.
I do recognize it. Yeah.
When did you sail, Charlie?
I sailed it when I first started skippering.
No.
Yeah.
Is that the one you've got up in the
1970.
in the garage?
19,
Yeah.
yeah, around 1970 you started.
No, it had to be 70,
Yeah, 1965,
75.
75.
75, 74.
You won the unions with
Yeah, I
it.
won
You
the
won the
juniors.
unions, and Gabby won the unions too.
Yeah, almost 500.
430 pounds is what they weigh.
485 before you put it on the water.
That's making plan. That's
Wow, that's magic.
Dr.
That's
Inclan.
it right here.
this guy here.
Yeah.
This guy here.
And it had
I want to talk to you about this guy. That's the Miramar Yacht Club. That's the Miramar Yacht Club in Havana. We had a beautiful
We live in
club.
a
Beautiful
great
club.
area.
Now it's military, right?
Miramar
Yes.
Yacht Club.
It's gonna be converted into a
There
resort.
it is.
I got to look at the plans for a project.
Sexy guy.
Hey,
Hey, there he is.
who's that young
That's the
guy?
old man. That's the old man.
That's the young man.
Make sure it's on there
That's
right.
the Jupiter. That's
I
the Jupiter.
recognize the hull. Yeah.
Is it yellow?
I do. I do. I do.
me.
Seriously. Are you kidding me?
Take a look at how I take the ball line. Look at me pulling the ball line.
Look, this is so cool.
Wait a minute.
It's
Wait a minute. Look.
Here we go. Oh, watch this.
You got to the boat. Pull the ball line from the inside the boat.
Who's that guy?
That's a friend of ours. That's my brother.
Oh, is he here too? No. Your brother? Oh. Yes, at Cielo. Okay. But he came to the United States. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's nice.
We started a business together.
You had a
Is that
Boomba, where's Boomba?
So, where's the Miramar Yacht Club? Is that cerca de Comodoro? Okay, I was just wondering.
Okay, guys. Now I want to tell you the story of this guy. This is Dr. Inclan, El Maestro. El Maestro. When I got my first Snipe, I was 15 years old, and 1945. And some of this discussion about rules, you know, if a couple of guys had a collision or something, some of the discussions will end on a fist fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never saw one, but I heard about it. You know,
If the price is a boat, then that makes
I
sense.
heard about it. You know, they
That's
were
what
not-
happened. That's what happened with the prices of boat.
Yeah.
But
If the
then
price is a boat, I get in a fist fight.
this
Yeah,
guy,
against Ernesto, maybe
this
not.
guy showed up at our club around 1946, 47, and he got a Snipe. And he went sailing on the Snipe and hit a mark, and he came back to the club. Hey, what happened to you? Why do you come back? No, I hit a mark. But did anybody see you? Did anybody see you? The guy said, no, nobody saw me, but I hit the mark, so I dropped out of the race. At that time, you could not do
Wow.
720s or anything like that.
That was it. You were out.
No, nothing like that. Huh?
Wow.
So he was, for the benefit of Peter and Albert, he was a lawyer. Albert. He was a lawyer.
But people respected him.
That was a long time ago.
Peter, I
It was a
will
long
never,
time ago.
Peter, I will never forget when you and I and Gonzo went to a problem with a lady, and
Oh,
We haven't heard this story.
Go ahead, Old Man, go ahead. I want to hear everything
That
about
was
it.
a business problem. Business problem. Come on, you guys. You bad thinkers. You bad.
Now I remember.
Do you remember that? That Peter said to the lady, if you, because the lady was saying, mentioning something that she shouldn't mention. Peter said, if you mention that one more time, we leave. And that girl, sure enough, she mentioned it again. Peter told my son, Gonzalo, let's go. We left. But anyway, El Maestro. El Maestro. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Absolutely.
El Maestro.
What was it, Peter?
You can tell us later.
So what happened that he got everybody suddenly realized he was a very honest guy, and he knew the rules. So there was no more fist fights. He was mediator. No more fist fights. Mediator in every discussion. And this happens to be, he is my hero. So I want you to know, I have a special thing for him because he's my hero. And from the standpoint of patriotism, he was a great Cuban patriot.
Yeah.
Tremendous. So anyway, so guys, I tell you a story of Comodoro Rasco, the first night in Cuba, and El Maestro. Okay.
What happened to El Maestro?
No, he passed away. He was here.
He was here for a long time.
He was here.
Coming out for every Comodoro Rasco
Yeah.
Regatta for many years.
For many
Yep.
years.
Yeah.
He passed away.
We cheer everybody, landmark.
Old Haas.
Huh?
He had a boat, Old Haas.
Like
It was a sailboat.
It's a sail.
mini aft cabin thing?
Yeah, yeah.
He would watch us. Yeah,
Yeah.
he and a bunch of his
Yeah,
buddies
Old
would watch
Haas.
us.
Yeah, Old Haas. That's right. You're
And they
right.
cheer every time we ride around the Willow Lawn.
That's right.
He was.
Without hitting it.
First night that sailed in Cuba.
Okay,
That
yeah.
was 1932.
Oh.
And Charlie's uncle, he was born in 1914. 1914.
Yeah.
So he was 17 years old. He happened to be there at the beach, and a truck came. You know what happened? You know, I don't know if you know that the story of the Snipe. The Snipe was designed by Bill Crosby. Bill Crosby was the editor of the Rudder magazine. And at that time, there were no, imagine 1930, there were no boats that you could put on a trailer. Somebody asked him to design a boat that could be trailered to regattas or sailing. They were not thinking so much in racing. So what happened is that he put the plans of the boat in the Rudder magazine. And the Rudder magazine was being sold all around the world. And before you knew it, there were 2,000 Snipe built in the world. And one of them was built in Cuba by a guy that saw the plans, and he built the Snipe with sails and everything. He put it in a truck and went to a beach.
Oh, wow.
He got to Marianao Beach, and he found, somehow he talked to his he was looking for somebody who knew how to sail a sailboat.
He built a boat. Yeah, you know how to sail.
He built a boat.
And he didn't know how to sail.
No.
That's
Anybody know how to sail, Snipe?
Wait a
Like
minute.
to go out with me tomorrow?
He got to the club, to the beach, with the truck, the boat of the truck, sail, mast, everything, ready to go, centerboard, everything. And he found Chupi, and he asked around who knew how to sail a sailboat, and Chupi said, "No, I know." And he knew because he was at that time. Chupi was 17 years old. He was crewing for the Star Sailors in the Havana Yacht Club at that time, 1932.
17 years old, wow.
17
He was a
years
big guy now.
Huh?
He was a big guy now.
No, Chupi was.
No, he was little.
Small.
He was a little guy. He was more like me. Anyway,
Start.
anyway. This is a nice story. This is a nice story. Look at this.
Stars.
You have to think 1932,
Regular.
1930. There was not much that people knew about sailboats. Nothing. Very little. And what happened is that they put the boat in the water, and the guy jumped on the boat. This guy was an engineer, and he jumped on the boat with Chupi. But as soon as they went out, the boat heeled, you know, the sign heeled, and the guy said, "Wait, take me back to the dock."
This wasn't the part of the plan.
That was the end. The guy went back to the dock, and he jumped out of the boat, and he asked Chupi, "Hey, can you take care of the boat?" And Chupi said, "Yeah, I can take care of the boat." The guy left, never to be seen again. He thought the sailboat was something that would go like a jet in the water, you know. Terrible.
That's great.
So that's the story of the first Snipe that sailed in Cuba. And Chupi used it for another year, but the boat was anchored there in the Marianao Beach. Was anchored there, and there's a little basin there, and he was anchored there for a year or two, and it got destroyed. He couldn't. Chupi had no possibility of taking it out of the water, painting it. He couldn't do that, any of those things, So that's it. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's Castro Commette, yeah. Havana.
Oh! There's Augie!
Gonzalo! Oh my God, he looks the same.
There's the boat.
Okay, that's it.